Maybe they felt bad because of all of this Xbox news that I've been doing, and deep down inside, Sony knows I am a Sony pony. Maybe that's why. I don't know. But they said, you know what? We need to release some news. Jim's doing way too many videos on Xbox. We need to rein him back. And we have a new PlayStation blog, which I'm going to be discussing. But before I discuss it, boom! Subscribe. All right. So, if you guys recall, I did a video back in February 23rd, which seems like a lifetime ago for me, honestly, with all the health stuff I've been having going on lately. But look at how beautiful I looked. And I did a video. Oh, I was still using Chrome. Oh, fool. I did a video where I was kind of dumping on PlayStation, particularly because Jim Ryan had done an interview where he had talked about the PlayStation Home Initiative, and then they followed it up with a PlayStation blog, basically saying we were going to start seeing some stuff coming again. And I was very, very dismissive of this news because of how bad PlayStation at home was in previous years. And I said, you know what, this is a dumb idea. I don't like this. I'm not interested. Well, what do you know? They have outdone themselves and proved me wrong. I love being proved wrong, especially when it comes to free games, guys, okay? So we got a PlayStation blog today, March 17, 2021. PlayStation Home 2021 update. 10 free games to download this spring. Download free indie games and PSVR games starting March 25th, and get ready for PS4 Horizon Zero Dawn, which will be free starting April 19th. So, believe it or not, Jim Ryan actually came through. Right now, you can pick up Ratchet and Clank. There is a limited window on that, but if you were interested in it, you probably already would have downloaded it, but if not, get on it, okay? And by the way, I say this in every video, I will post a link to this in the description below, so you can read it for yourself if you don't want to take my word for it. But we are getting the next PlayStation at Home content drop, which hits just, next week, March 25th. This time our focus is on a selection of free games from some independent partners, which pretty cool. If you remember, they had announced this really dopey Funimation thing before, and I was like, PlayStation at Home is going to devolve into like 1 or 2 free games and then a really dopey indie game that nobody cares about. But look at this. PlayStation has done it, and they're actually giving away some pretty good games. If you haven't played any of these games, you should. A lot of these games are making the rounds on other services. I feel like some of these have been PlayStation Plus games or Game Pass games, or games with gold, or whatever free Twitch. I don't know. Name the services you use to get free games. They're all the same, right? I feel like these games have made those rounds, but free is free. And if you don't have these yet, why not get them? I mean, if nothing else, flag them in your account for another day. So here they are. Abzu, I really, really enjoyed this game. It's the guys behind Journey and Flower, and I absolutely loved Flower. Journey I wasn't that hot on, but I loved Flower. This is going to be one of those really chill games where you don't really lose. You just kind of jam out to the music and the scenery and kind of swim around this underwater type world. If that's a little too slow paced for you, enter the Gungeon, a phenomenal rogue shooter. It is so great. It's got great humor, tons of action, tons of really cool enemies, guns. No 2 playthroughs are ever the same. I'm super excited for people. I bought this like the day it came out, but I'm super excited for everybody who hasn't yet played this. This is a phenomenal entry point into my absolute favorite genre ever, roguelites. This is a great game for you to jump into. Res Infinite, interestingly enough, this has a PlayStation VR component. That's where I picked it up on. If you've ever played Res, it's kind of like Rock Band on acid, where you're shooting certain things, the music and the sounds kind of all come together. On virtual reality, it was an absolute just dream to play. That's how I experienced this game. And I love the virtual reality aspect of it. Not really sure how this will play out on non-VR systems, but the fact that they are still giving some love to PSVR is a very welcome thing. Subnautica, another really fun game that... how do I describe Subnautica? It's underwater. It's an exploration type game. You're trying to figure your way out through this kind of underwater world. I never beat it. I played it quite a bit. I guess I should probably go back and play it again. Honestly, maybe I'll just give it a fresh run on PlayStation. I liked it. I don't want to say I loved it, but I liked it. The Witness, I never beat. I've tried this game so many times. It is major big brain gameplay stuff that it goes over my head. This is a game that if you want to play, you just have to do nothing but play this game because the puzzles build on themselves. And if you take some time off like I did and come back, you will have no idea what the heck you did. But it's very interesting. Jonathan Blows was worked on this game. Very creative mind. The puzzles were cool and they were getting very elaborate, but it was a little too much for me. But if you like puzzle games, you are going to absolutely adore this. And then there are a few that are just kind of PSVR specific. So if you don't have PSVR, too bad, so sad. I'd still flag them. You may get one later, and it doesn't hurt to have it in your account. Astro Bot Rescue Mission I played with my wife. This is what led to the latest Astro Bot release for PlayStation 5. This is where we first got to, get connected to the Astro Bot world. Such a fun game to play. It's very light platformer. One person can kind of control the action from virtual reality. Another person can just be hanging out on the side. Or you could do all virtual reality if you want to. Really charming, and it's really cool to see the roots of what the PlayStation 5 variant of Astrobots became with going through this. Moss was a really fun, cute little game. It was actually the reason my wife and I bought virtual reality. I'm sure I did a video on it. You could find our talking with the developers behind this game at the first E3 we went to. It was the first time we ever tried virtual reality. And really enjoyed just that world as well, and meeting, putting on a headset and just being transformed in this beautiful world, talking with the developers, learning about the game they made, trying it out for the first time, getting an appointment at the PlayStation tent and everything. I have a lot of memories of this game, but if you don't have those memories, just play it in of itself. It was so fun, so charming, just a cute little platformer. A lot of little thrills and chills in a fun little fantasy world, which I liked. Thumper is another rhythm type game. You got to go through rhythm hell. I did buy this game. It wasn't really resonating with me. But if you're jonesing for some VR stuff that's kind of easy on the equilibrium without like full crazy locomotion, you may enjoy Thumper because you're just going to be sitting there kind of, blasting away at like stuff right in front of you. You're not like transporting through a world. And lastly, one that I sat on and I was unfortunate that I did, but I'm looking forward to it, is the Paper Beast, which looks really interesting. Basically another game from the guys who made Another World, which I just talked about like 2 days ago about how much I loved Another World. And it was the guys who were doing the remaster. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe they actually remastered Another World. How much I loved playing that game on my Super Nintendo. So anything, I didn't know that the dude's name was Eric Chadi, but I'm in already. But it looks really fun, virtual reality kind of game that takes place, and it looks like everything's made out of like actually folded up pieces of paper. So very cool. But this is a great offering. This is honestly a major return to form from I think where Sony was on Play at Home a year ago. So I'm very excited for this. I think this is a great thing. And I encourage you guys to all go check it out. So with that, I'm closing up this video as I try not to sneeze. Hope you guys found it informative. Leave some comments below. Let me know what you're looking forward to. Thank you all so much for watching. And until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.